It is Friday, November 5th. Yeah, 5th. And this is my 18th podcast episode. There's a lot going on this week. Well, these past 2 weeks, but this episode. Because I leave for vacation tomorrow. I have nothing packed. Nothing ready at all. And I've kind of been crunching a little bit to try to get to certain points in projects before I leave for vacation. But to start off, I technically have 3 finished objects, although they are one of the same thing, just in different colors. So we got these adorable little jellyfish. This one is the first one I made, and then I made this one, and then I made this one. It is using, what is it called? My book's over there. I don't feel like getting. Oh, Hooked on Amigurumi. I don't know who it's by, but I'll have it linked down below. And this is just, I think it's like Jilly the jellyfish. And I just didn't put safety eyes or face on it, so just like a little plain jellyfish with 5 tentacles. And these are the curly tentacles for all of them. So those are done. Oop. And then I have one half-finished object, which is probably no shock to y'all that it is my Coven sock. The yarn is Coven by Sorella Yarns from her Salem drop, and then the pattern is K of the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla sock pattern. I actually grafted this toe last night with my boyfriend. I was planning on getting to the toe today, then doing all of the toe today, but I got ahead and was able to finish it yesterday. It's a very beautiful color. It's a lot darker, like caked up and worked up than it appeared when I first got it. So I'm very happy about that. There are cute little shocks. I will have Sorella's website linked down below. I haven't cast on the second sock. I'm going to cast on and do at least 1 row of ribbing today because I'm still new to the cast on, and I want to get the ribbing so that I have that 1 row established. But before that, I'm going to recake this because I am taking this on vacation with me, and so I want it to be denser and neater and just a little bit better of a cake, since half of it is gone. And I'm also debating whether or not I want to take this sock, which I actually have a lot more on than I remembered. Do not remember being at this part of the sock. But I'm debating taking this sock as well and working on them both, because I have been able to knit while doing other things, mainly like walking and stuff. And so we're gonna be there for 10 days, and there's a lot of walking at Disney and like waiting in lines and waiting for food and waiting for this and waiting for that. And so if I can knit while doing that and still be productive and still get a decent chunk of progress, that would be great. So I do think I'm going to take this one, just because like I'm on the gusset stitches, which I think I stopped at like a really weird place. Hold up, let me count real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19? I should not have 19. Oh yeah, I should, because this goes down by 1. So I have 3 more decrease rounds, and then I'm done with the gusset stitches, and then I just have the foot, toe, then I just have the foot and the toe. And so I could very easily finish this at Disney, because this whole foot and toe took me like 2 days, technically a day and a half, but like it was not long at all. So I think I might actually take this just because there's so little left on this sock, and it's a first sock, so the cake is still going strong, and I think this cake has a little bit more yardage than this one does. And so if I can get 2 socks done, that would be, well, if I could get 1 sock done and a good portion of another sock done, that would be great. Although I didn't use the new the new cast on for this sock, which I'll actually show you the difference between the two. I'm going to put the smaller one in front. That's smart. So we're just going to, they're lined up at the edges. If I pull it, you can see the dark one pulls farther, and that's because of the cast on. But I know I can still get this over my foot, and so it's not that big of a deal. And so I think I'm going to take both of those. And then, so that's actually kind of a whip because it's being risen from the dead of my desk. But my other whip, which I've barely done anything on because I've been so focused on the socks, is my sweater right here. I do want to try to split for the body and sleeves today or tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me to pack and everything. But I definitely want to split for the body and sleeves before I get to Disney, because we are flying, and so I'll have the time during the flight to work on this stuff. But I don't know how much time I'll have today, since I still have to pack literally everything. I have to get my book bag ready. I have to figure out what books and stuff I'm gonna need, like what notebooks, what this, what that. I have to have my mom print out a few things actually. And so I have quite a bit going on, but I'm still very excited. Stressed, but excited. I got a few things at Target for the trip. Well, I got them for me, but I didn't say I was getting it for the trip, so I could get them. So I'm excited about that. My 17th birthday is next week, and we'll be at Disney for that day. Luckily, that's one of our rest days, since my birthday's on a Thursday. And so we're not going to be on as tight of a schedule, so we can kind of just do whatever, go with the flow of things, and see how everything works out. So that's very exciting. I turned 7 there, and I'm turning 17 there. So now I feel like I also have to turn 27 there, and 37, and 47, and 57, just because, tradition now. Now it's happened twice, it's tradition. That's how it works, right? But, yes, we're very excited. We're a Disney family. If you guys don't know, I have 2 Disney-related tattoos here. I will show them. So I have this one, which says, "All you need is faith, trust, and a little pixie dust," and my grandma's handwriting with a little Tinkerbell. And then I have this one, which says Ohana with the Trinity knot. And Ohana means family, and my brother has the same tattoo on his arm going this way, and my mom has one on her wrist right here. Sorry if you just heard my dog roar, but he is being dramatic, as usual. And not only is Ohana from Lilo and Stitch, it does mean family, plus it is also a restaurant at Disney. We did not get it because it's a restaurant at Disney. We just thought it was funny that it was also a restaurant at Disney, and we happened to get it. So it was a fun experience. It's my favorite restaurant at Disney, so it's a very, they're both very sentimental tattoos. They're not just random Disney tattoos but they both can be connected back to Disney pretty easily. And so I find that very telling of my family. The fact that at the age of 16 I have 2 tattoos and they're both Disney. Yeah. But so future cast-ons I'm gonna talk about real quick. Obviously these socks. Sorry for just shaking, y'all. I want to do something, I don't know. I kind of want to knit a hat, like a beanie. I don't know if I have the patience to do it though. That's the thing. or some other sort of like fun jumper. What? Jonathan's Days has got me saying jumper when I mean sweater. But obviously that's not going to be done until this sweater's done. And I still have, like, I just attached my second ball of yarn. And so this is going to be a while. But, again, I do still love it. And this yarn is so soft. Oh my god. But I think I want to knit. I've been seeing a lot of sweater number 15, I think, by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And then cumulus blouses and cumulus tops going around on my Instagram feed. And it makes me kind of want them a lot. But I'm still undecided. I know I want to make some sort of top that isn't necessarily a sweater. So I've kind of been looking at, like, you know, tees and tank top patterns and, you know, stuff like that. I really like being able to wear things that I make and, like, be like, wow, this came from my hands. Like, when I was looking at the sweater that I finished for the last podcast episode, I would be, like, sitting and just looking at, like, all of the stitches, and I'm like, wow, every single one of these was made by me. Like, that's like, insane. Like, it's weird to think that, like, even though I remember doing it, and, like, I know that I did it, it's still, like, a weird thought being, like, this was a ball of yarn until I touched it. Like, this was just, like, this was just yarn, and then I touched it, and now it's a sweater. And it's, like, sometimes it's, like, sit back, and I'm like, oh, how did I do that? But it's very exciting. I also kind of want to learn how to do cables. I don't really know why. I don't love the look of cables, but I want to learn how to do them just so I know how to do them, you know? And I also have been keeping up with shawlography, so I know that it's, like, over. And the shawl is very beautiful. It's just not something I would wear. And so I do like trying to make things practically. And that is not a practical item for me to make. But maybe some other time. Who knows? I think I don't really have much else. Oh, I haven't bought any new yarn. Even though I said I would, because my birthday is so close, I want to wait until after my birthday because I don't want to buy something and then have somebody bought that for me already. So I'm waiting until after my birthday celebration to buy yarn, which honestly I don't mind because I have a lot of yarn. You know, whether that be for a sweater, which, you know, I have like 5 more balls of that, or for socks because I still have, like, hold up, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 things of sock yarn chilling, even though they are not doing good because my dog got into them. So now they're covered in dog hair and grossness. But, like, they're not that bad. And so I still have those, like, 4 things of yarn plus the 2 I have here for socks. So I can survive until, you know, most likely I'll probably end up waiting until Black Friday to buy yarn, just because I'll be, like, so occupied with all of the yarn I have and then all of the yarn I got to really, I don't want to say care, but to really be like, wow, I want new yarn, unless one of the indie dyers I follow on Instagram drops some new yarn, because then it doesn't count in my, so if that happens, then I will shamelessly buy yarn, but I mean, as I should. But aside from that, I'm trying to figure out a new, like, organization process for my yarn, because, like, I have stuff in shoe boxes and in bags and in totes, and I'm thinking, like, having something here for my yarn and, like, my projects and stuff. I still have no clue what, and I still have to clean my room in order for that to happen, but I want it to happen eventually, just to make my life a little bit easier, because I do a lot of my knitting in my room, and so I want to be able to have my stuff neat and organized in my room. But again, who knows when that's going to happen? I sure as hell don't. I have some pretty big news. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which I highly suggest that you do, it is linked in the bio, as well as my Etsy, as always. You guys will know that I got an order on Etsy for the first time in literal months, and it was 2 of my crochet velvet tops, which I have not made in forever, but I still have them. They're still in good condition. And so I made them. I sent them out, I want to say October 26th, and I think she got them October 30th. And so, very happy about that. She got them during my 50% off sale, which ended November 1st. I was just trying to get rid of things because I just want to. And so she snagged those. So essentially she got 2 for the price of 1. And I do plan, after my brother exiting his room, I do plan on doing a Black Friday sale. I'm thinking about 60 to 70% off. I don't know if I want to do all items or select items, or I feel like it depends on what I have listed at the time and like how much everything is. I might be like, 60% off all orders, $30 or $40 or more, or something along that lines. Just so that you can't get, because I do plan on selling my jellyfish for about $10 plus shipping. So you can't get a jellyfish for $3 just because that just doesn't. Then I might as well get it away for free. But I don't know. I want to do that. I got the sale. It was great. It was fun. I almost cried when I got it, but I didn't. And so I'm very proud of myself for not completely sobbing when I got an order. I don't really think I got anything else pertaining to knitting. Halloween was over last weekend. That was fun. I went as Wednesday Addams. I liked it a lot. I was with my boyfriend, and it was a good time. And then the day after Halloween, November 1st, I went to my grandma's house and took all of her leftover candy. I mean, what are grandparents for if not just feeding you candy? I think I'm on season 12 again of Criminal Minds. So I have to download some of those episodes to watch on the plane. And I'm on season 3 of You, which I need to, again, download episodes for on the plane. I think that's really the only shows I'm, actively watching. But I don't really do very much. I wish I would have had more to talk about this week, but school got a lot harder last week. Just a lot of things were really piling up, and I needed to kind of take a step back from knitting for a second to focus on my schoolwork, because school will always come before, knitting and crocheting. No matter how much I don't want to admit that it's more important, it is. Oh, I'm getting a low storage notification, so we are going to wrap this up in a bit. So I wish I would have had more, especially on this, than I do, but I am happy with my progress. I'm proud of myself for keeping up in school. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but my first quarter ended and I got all A's for the first time since middle school, and my GPA last quarter was a 4.42. So I'm very proud of myself. My mom is very proud of me. I'm very proud of me. Everybody's very proud of me. So yeah, I think that is going to be all for today, because I need to go and do all of my stuff before we have to pack up and leave tomorrow at 10 a.m. And so I will see you guys actually after I get back from vacation and kind of update you with what has happened since then.